Volusia Flagler Fantasy Football League, YouTube, and everyone else around the world that is catching our podcasts. It is me, name not known yet, aka Bowen, with our commish, Mr. G. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, sir. Doing well, man. How about this NFL free agency that's been going around, dude? Freaking crazy right now, man.
Popping
Can't
off,
keep
dude. It's popping off.
Keep up.
Well, that's why we're here, right? We're going to talk about free agency so far. I think it officially started at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday. And it's already, we've been seeing quite a few splashes around the NFL. And we're going to talk about what it relates to fantasy coming up this year, right?
Sounds good, brother. Man, we got a lot to cover. So I think we're starting with the AFC East, correct?
Let's start with the AFC East, man. I don't think there's a lot of splashing going on in Buffalo yet. I mean, they shored up their defense a little bit and signed some extensions, but other than that, it's business as usual. I know they restructured Stephon Diggs' contract a little bit to make some more money space, but other than that, not really a whole lot going on there. Miami, though.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Mostert and Wilson getting re-signed, man. I'm on the fence with those two, dude. Is that really going to be the long-term play in Miami at RB? I mean, the bread and the butter of their offense is definitely on the outside there with Waddle and the Cheetah. So, I mean, yeah, they got Jalen Ramsey. He's on the defensive side of things, but, I mean, we don't want to really talk about too much of that. We want to kind of stay on the fantasy side of things. And, defense in fantasy football is always a highly contested discussion, and we'll probably leave that one on the shelf, right?
Yeah, I do like Mike White going there. With Tua being as fragile as he has been, Mike White did very well with the Jets last season. That might be a sneaky pick.
Gotcha. You want to go on?
Oh,
you gotta go and jump down to your team. We'll try to keep this segment under a half hour. Right? So, I mean, to me, the one is Mr. TikTok going to the Patriots. Man, is he going to be able to get him and old BB flossing?
That shit's over with. That shit's over with. Listen, in Juju's contract, it was actually stated that he had to terminate all TikTok videos, as well as his lackluster shit talking on Twitter. Listen, man, I like Juju. I always have. I liked him in Pittsburgh. If he stays healthy, that's gonna be a good weapon for Mac Jones.
Sure.
I feel like Bill's turning back time though. I mean, signing James Robinson as well. We got a three-headed monster in running back now. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, and James Robinson. Unless they make another move, that's arguably going to be the best backfield in football next season.
The only other thing that I'd love to see the Patriots do is to go ahead and bring in Zeke so they can just have another running back there, and then it could just be, the old New England Patriots on Sunday Fantasy Football. Which one do I start?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully I would like to see them get another receiver, man. I mean, as we get through the list, Jacoby left too, so we'll see what happens. But
all right.
Moving on to the Jets. This one's gonna take a little while, I think.
Oh man.
We got a lot of stuff going on over there.
So coming out of the darkness retreat, it sounds like old AR has voiced his want to be in New York for the 2023 season. And dude, if it comes to fruition, man, the AFC East is going to be a tough row to hoe this upcoming year, man. I mean, Aaron Rodgers would totally flip that division upside down.
Yep. Yep. Should have put a little bit of Bailey's in this coffee bed.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the only other one that I want to touch on, man, they got Alan Lazard coming in on a 4-year deal. And, I mean, if Lazard's there and AR gets to New York, man, with the young weapons that the Jets have on the outside with Garrett Wilson and then we got Brees Hall coming off the injury, which I mean until right before Brees Hall went down last year, I mean the Jets were they were making noise early.
Yeah, they were cooking. One thing to note here, right? I don't know if you saw, but number one, Adam Schefter tried to reach out to Aaron Rodgers after the Pat McAfee show. And Aaron Rodgers responded. It is on Twitter. I think I actually have it here.
Oh, boy.
Let me scroll through. Give me a sec. Hold on. Maybe I went too far. But anyways, Adam Schefter texted Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers replied with, there it is, lose my number. Good try, though.
Is this real? Is this real?
Oh, it's real. It's real. And I saw a report too that Aaron Rodgers, with talking with Jets ownership and management, he didn't have demands, but he did have requests. For quite a few players from the Green Bay organization. Alan Lazard's piece number one. I don't know what's going to happen, man. And also, I feel like we are living in a simulation, okay? Because I remember a running back with number 4 on his jersey named Brett Favre that left the Green Bay Packers and went to the New York Jets. What the hell is going on? Aaron Rodgers is doing the same exact thing. He's following in the footsteps of Brett Favre. Kind of weird, right?
The AR truthists are cringing right now.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll move on from that mess. But
AFC North, right? Baltimore Ravens. I mean, really the only thing that needs to be discussed is whether or not Lamar Jackson's going to be there next year or not. It sounds like from a contract standpoint, man, the numbers that his camp's wanting versus what the Ravens are willing to pay him are kind of off right now. So, I mean, what do you think, dude? I think he ends up back in Baltimore. I mean, just because of the QB carousel that's been going on, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough to me to envision him in a different uniform, like moving forward. This year.
Yeah. I don't think he has a. This is really weird, right? Like, we'll talk about like the Giants and stuff when we get there in the NFC East, but like. The Giants paid Daniel Jones like an astronomically large amount of money for a subpar player, but nobody's paying Lamar Jackson, and that's kind of weird to me. I mean, the guy is a superstar playmaker, an MVP quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a few injuries, but with talent like that, it's kind of hard to pass up on it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I wonder if there's like background noise that we don't know about, but I also don't really care. So, whatever.
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm going to go ahead and do you a solid real quick. We're just going to go ahead and bag the rest of the AFC North because there isn't much to talk about.
No. The only thing I would say though is Patrick Peterson did come out saying that he only wanted to play for a team where he had a chance for a piece of jewelry, but he landed on the Steelers. So
gotcha.
A little weird.
All right, man. So AFC South. All right, I know this is the one everybody's tuning in for right now. Your boy on we're talking boots on the ground here in Houston, Texas, man. The Texans are going to win the effing division next year. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, the only move that I want to talk about for the Texans is going to be Case Keenum. I mean, look, I know he's been like a roller coaster when he's been in there, but I mean, like when he's on, he's able to produce. And let's just be real, man. The Texans are going to be terrible next year. They're going to be behind. He's going to have to throw it. I'm not sure if he's going to be the starting QB, but if I was the GM of the Texans and I just signed him to, 2 years, and I mean, it ain't a lot. It's like sub $7 million with only 4 of it guaranteed. I would probably seriously consider rolling Case Keenum out there. That's all I got for the Texans, man. You got anything, or you want to go ahead and jump on to the next one?
I'll just say they have a good defensive-minded coach. They have made a few defensive moves as well. Robert Woods is, I don't know, he might be kind of washed, but to me, it looks like they're drafting a quarterback and they are going to get him ready to go. And in the meantime, Casey Keenum's going to be under the helm. You never know, man. They might be a little change in leadership does a lot of things, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's still the Houston Texans, and
yeah, until they redo their front office, man, it ain't happening.
I think everything on the Indianapolis Colts is irrelevant. We can,
sure.
Blow through that. Jacksonville. Evan Ingram got the franchise tag. Who cares? Tennessee, also, who cares? In my eyes, I don't see nothing there.
So AFC West, man, the Broncos, as we talked about before we started recording, man. I mean, Sean Payton going out there as the head man is that's the talking point. Is he going to be able to get Russell Wilson cooking again? I mean, they've got the pieces on the outside at wide receiver. They've got running back star power, like, coming, like the RBs. Yeah, they got banged up last year. They're going to be coming off an injury. Russell Wilson, second year in the system, dude. They got to have a bounce back, right? Right.
Well, there has been talk of them shopping Jerry Jeudy. Again, like I just said about the Houston Texans, leadership means everything, and Sean Payton is going to bring what that organization needs. Sidebar note, I did see a tweet last week, and I think I sent it to you, and I think it's funny, so I want to talk about it. Russell Wilson... If you guys don't know, okay, Russell Wilson had his own trainer in the building, kind of like Tom Brady back in the day in New England. He had his own office on the same level as the coaching staff, all kinds of crazy shit, right? And Sean Payton was like, nah, this is not how it's supposed to be. So I don't think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson are on the same page yet. So Russell Wilson has been texting Drew Brees about Russell Wilson, and Sean Payton has asked Russell Wilson to stop bothering Drew Brees. That's funny. That's like, I want to be the teacher's pet. What do I need to do to become the teacher's pet? How about you put your fucking boots on the grass and you be a playmaker?
Yeah, well.
Rat. Moving on.
All right. Let's see here. Nothing really to talk about from a fantasy standpoint for the Chiefs, right? I mean, it does look like they got Jawan Taylor under contract at OT for a big deal. So, I mean, that should translate into more time for Patrick Mahomes to throw the football, which is definitely what the rest of the league doesn't need to happen, right?
Right. No.
Hey, man, so the Raiders, right, they got Jimmy GQ coming in. I mean, is it really an upgrade over Derek Carr, man? Because in my opinion, I think it's kind of a wash.
Yeah, it's a wash. It's a wash, dude. I don't know what Josh McDaniels' deal is, but like every coach that has coached under Bill Belichick in their first or second year will start grabbing old Patriots players. And they don't do well.
Nope.
I mean, Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy's going to outperform what Derek Carr did.
No.
Now Jacoby Myers is out there from New England. As we all know, Jimmy was Tom's backup back in the day too. It's just weird, man. You never know though. They could get rolling. They got two decent receivers and one great receiver and then a decent solid number two, but I don't really think it's going to make a bit of fucking difference.
Gotcha. All right. I don't have anything for the Chargers. You ready to just jump to the NFC East and talk about the boys?
Oh, we got a good amount to talk about here.
Yeah. All right, man. So they got the franchise tag on old Pollard. So it looks like he's going to be the guy moving forward, with the news coming out yesterday that Zeke is heading to greener pastures, if you will, man. So, I mean, for the Cowboys, it's now that Tony Pollard's the man, is he going to be able to handle RB1 workload, or are the Cowboys going to go out and they're going to get an RB2, or are they going to hit the draft and get an RB2 and have that like change of pace or complementary role, or are they going to bring in someone from free agency? I mean, to me, I feel like they have to, man, because Pollard he does not strike me as the guy that's going to get that RB1 type workload and be able to hold up throughout the season.
Yeah, I think the reason why Tony Pollard was so good last season is because he was a complete change of pace back. Right, defense is planned for Zeke mainly with a little bit of Tony sprinkled in, and then as the season rolled on, Tony Pollard just turned into a dog.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, welcome to the first round of the all NFL fantasy football draft. So, because that's going to happen, he's going to be a
Yeah.
top. He's going to be a top 10, top 12 pick, man. And I'm staying the fuck away from him. I can tell you that right now. Your boy is not. I mean, maybe second round, probably not. I'm personally, didn't his ankle get broken at the end of last season too? Jerry Jones, man. Jerry Jones is weird, dude. I don't know. Hey, my foot just fell off, but we're going to get rid of the number one running back and we're going to keep you. We them boys.
Zeke's, the tread on Zeke's tires, man, was starting to wear, dude. And I think he's kind of breaking down right now. So he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go find him a backup role somewhere and be that change of pace back.
Yeah, I will say though, I know we don't want to talk about defense a whole lot, but Stephon Gilmore on one side and Diggs on the other, that's kind of tight, dude. We're gonna have a lot of we them boys this season as far as defense goes.
Gotcha. All right,
already
man.
Good defense too,
Heading back up to the Northeast, the G-men. They got Daniel Jones locked down under a contract, man. So they're riding with him for the next couple of years. They put the tag on Barkley, but I mean, to me, the real interesting piece here for the Giants is their acquisition of Darren Waller. I mean, when Waller's been healthy out in Vegas, he's been a great target, and Daniel Jones has been needing some help on the outside. It seems like, Sterling Shepard, he's been in and out of the damn, trainer's table. They've been they had Kadarius Toney. That didn't pan out. And they spent all that money on Kenny, Galladay. And he just, I mean, is he in the league anymore?
I don't know.
So, I don't know. I mean, to me, the Darren Waller move was the big one for the Giants from a fantasy standpoint.
Yeah. If you look at it from a different perspective, they literally got Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones just got paid a lot of money, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish I could suck at my job that much and get that much money.
Yeah.
It's a make it or break it season for him, man, contract or not. I mean, he just got that money. He's got to play, dude.
Sure.
He's got to play, but yeah.
So to the Super Bowl runner-up, the Philadelphia Eagles, it looks like the beef of their money's been spent on the defensive side of the ball, but the story that came out yesterday that Miles Sanders is going to be on the move to Carolina, right? So it looks like they've got Rashad Penny and Boston Scott in the boat for next year. Is that going to be one of those guys going to be RB1 for the Eagles?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I mean, unless they got somebody else buried on the depth chart. I mean, look, we all understand Jalen Hurts is RB1, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they've got playmakers on the outside, and they've got Goddard at tight end. So, I mean,
does Zeke go to Philly?
Oh God, boy, that would be awkward. I would love to see that though.
I would second that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Season tickets.
So we're in agreement there. All right. The Manders. Do we have anything of relevance to talk about here?
Poor old Jacoby Brissett, dude.
He was in New England for like a hot minute, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Jimmy's backup.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Tom got suspended. Jimmy got hurt. Jacoby came in. That's where he got his start, dude.
All right, NFC North, baby. The Bears. Hey, they traded the number 1 overall pick. They got a haul, and they got a wideout in DJ Moore. Okay, now say what you want about DJ Moore. He has been relatively consistent for what he is with all his QB struggles in Carolina. Justin Fields looks like he's starting to get his footing as a QB. Once the game starts slowing down a little bit more for him, he's going to be able to get DJ Moore involved. So to me, the trade is obviously the big move for the Bears from this free offseason.
I mean, arguably the play of the season last year was PJ Walker to DJ Moore. I don't know if you remember that, but The guy threw a ball into orbit, and DJ Moore caught it to win the game. I think it was against the Falcons. DJ Moore's a good wideout, dude. Just he's had nobody to throw the ball to him. But PJ Walker that's going to be a solid backup to Justin Fields. The Bears should be a lot better this year.
Yep. All right, Detroit Lions, man. They're one of the hottest teams in the league coming down the stretch. From a fantasy standpoint, David Montgomery.
I don't
this
like that.
This one's tough for me to wrap my hands around, man. Like, Mr. Swift. God, I don't want to really talk about this. Just buried on my freaking fantasy bench this year, up and down. Didn't know which week he was going to hit, and then they go out and they get another running back. Right?
And they let go of Jamal Williams.
I don't know. To me, the Montgomery signing is just going to signal another similar song and dance between their top two running backs, and it's just going to be a fantasy backfield that I'm going to probably need to be backed into a corner to take one of these two guys next year.
It's a third RB situation for me. It's definitely a third running back, or if you're in a pinch. I'm a big Dan Campbell fan, man, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm pretty sure they paid more for David Montgomery than the Saints paid for Jamal Williams.
Gotcha.
We'll get there, but I'm pretty sure they paid him more, and that just makes no sense to me, dude.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you watch Hard Knocks, but Jamal Williams is like the type of guy that you want on your team.
He's a good locker room guy.
Good locker room guy. Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, we're on Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, they did re-sign a kick return punt returner for a 1-year deal, max $6 million. I mean,
honestly, man, I'm cruising through here on the Vikings. The fact that Alexander Mattison is coming back to Minnesota, I guess, could be interesting. I mean, there had been talk that he may try to, spread his wings and fly and head somewhere else, but here he is. He's going to be Dalvin Cook's backup again for another year.
I don't like that. I'm a big Alexander Mattison fan, too. I think he's good, man. I'd like to see him in his own backfield. But, yeah, not a whole lot going on there. NFC South Falcons?
I mean, maybe. Well, you don't want to sit here and say Jonnu Smith because, I mean,
I don't get that.
Don't they have, like, the all-world tight end from Florida?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
To me, that screams Arthur Smith. It's Arthur Smith, right? The owner of the Falcons.
Yeah.
And, Robert Kraft might have had a side bet from the Super Bowl, and, somebody won that bet and somebody lost that bet. That's a really, really weird trade.
I mean, it
makes no sense to me.
Like, just figure out what to do with Kyle Pitts, for crying out loud. All right. Yeah. All right. Panthers. They got the red rifle coming in, man. He's going to shore up the QB room, hopefully. And Miles, I mean, you know what, man? I mean, Miles Sanders has got to be the acquisition that is interesting here. I mean, yeah, I guess you could make an argument for Andy Dalton shoring up the QB position, but I mean, dude, Sanders coming in. I mean, is he going to be C-Mac? No, but I mean, can Miles Sanders stay healthy? I mean, I thought he was going to stay healthy for this, or the fact that he stayed healthier this past season was a shock to me. Yeah. I'm not sure if the Jolly Roger actually drafted him this year or not, but if he did and he did stay healthy for the whole season, that's kind of a shocker to me.
Yeah. Hayden Hurst is a decent tight end too. I mean, they got to be going after a quarterback, right? They're taking the first pick. It's got to be a quarterback. So you're going to bring a new quarterback in, a rookie quarterback. You got Andy Dalton in there to nurture him and, feed him the titty milk.
Yeah.
But who's he going to throw the ball to?
Gotcha.
Why do teams do this? Why do teams set themselves up, bring in a rookie quarterback, and with no weapons? Yeah. Why do teams do this shit? It makes no sense to me. Carolina is I don't know, man. Not a good organization.
All right, man. Saints. New Orleans Saints, man. I mean, Derek Carr's got to be the one that everybody talks about. But I mean, they got a couple other pieces on this agency tracker that we're looking at that could be interesting, man. But I tell you what, I'll just talk about Derek Carr. I mean, he's got to shore up the QB position, man. As long as they don't keep doing this crazy stuff with Taysom Hill, man, and just like Derek Carr get out there and do his thing. He's got Chris Olave on the outside. It looks like they re-signed Michael Thomas. I don't,
Dude, I'm looking at that. What? How? Why? $10 million, dude. $10 million.
Just let that dude go. Just let him go.
I am.
Yeah, and listen, Derek Carr, like they've got to figure out. Like, I mean, the whole suspension thing that could potentially be looming with Alvin Kamara is going to be another item to monitor down in New Orleans, man. But I mean, if he's able to play all season, like they've got to figure out a way to get him back on track because his last 2 years in the league, man, he's been on the downward trajectory, and that's not good, man. I still think it's a thumbs up for the Saints as far as the offseason transactions go.
Except for that Michael Thomas point, dude.
Yeah.
Who in the Saints organization was like, you know what? Let's give Michael Thomas 1 year, $10 million.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's played like all of 5 games in the past 4 years.
Yeah. Tampa Bay Bucks, man. Yeah. What are they going to do at QB? I see they signed Baker Mayfield, but again, what are they going to do at QB this year?
I don't know, and they got Levante David still too, but well, they're in rebuilding.
I got you. Popping over to the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, do they even
Little man came to say hi real quick.
Oh, what up, dude?
Say hi. All right, I'll come get you in a second, okay?
Good deal, man. All right, I don't have much to report on the Cardinals or the Rams. You got anything now?
Nah, nothing.
I mean, it has to be Brock Purdy out in San Francisco, right? I mean, like Sam Darnold. They still got Trey Lance out there.
They got Trey Lance. I think it's going to be Trey Lance, man. I think they're going to – that's one of those weird situations, right? Like, what do? You drafted a quarterback to lead your organization. He gets hurt. You bring in the guy that bagged groceries at Publix, and he takes you to the NFC Championship game.
Gotcha.
That was just, figuratively speaking, bagging groceries at Publix. Like, Mr. Irrelevant, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a shitty situation to be in, isn't it? If you're John Lynch and Mike Shanahan, like, that's a real shitty situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been trying to get that bag for Purdy if it were me.
Yeah.
But
Seattle Seahawks, man. I mean, Geno Smith's the big one. I mean, they're putting their chips in on Geno, man. I mean, kudos to
bag, boy.
When he came into the league with the Jets, man, he was just it was rough. But good for him for coming back and getting things straightened out. And I mean, yeah, he got the bag, and let's see if he can keep it up for a second year, man. I still think they need to get another RB out there in Seattle. I mean, because Pete Carroll loves his running backs out there, man. So they need to get another bruiser out there that's going to stay healthy for a full season.
Yeah.
Anything else on free agency, man? Or did we just...
So I would say let's take a moment, right? Let's think about, I don't know if this is updated or not. It's probably not. Odell Beckham. Where's he going?
Don't get me lying to you, man. I would say, I mean, it has to be a contender. I mean, he's just not gonna come off the streets to go play for some team that's going to be competing for the cellar in the division, man. He's going to want to go to a team that is going to be competing for a playoff run. And to be honest with you, I mean, I don't foresee him trying to sign before the season starts. I mean, he strikes me as that guy that wants to come in either like at the trade deadline or right before the roster's locked for postseason play, and you just want to come in for that last month of the season and do his thing. I mean, honestly, like if it, I would think he would probably try to end up in Dallas, maybe, because I know there was a lot of smoke maybe late last year for him going to the Cowboys. I would just be, I mean, I would not be shocked again if Jerry Jones makes the phone call and is like, "Oh, we need to get Odell Beckham in here to take some of this
Yeah.
heat off CD Lamb," you know?
Yeah. Dalton Schultz is still there too. They haven't made up their mind on him, which is crazy to me. You know, Mike Gesicki's still out there. I'm looking at offensive players only. I'm not really looking at defensive players. DJ Shark's still out there. Who cares?
Yeah. Well,
Where
I'll
does
tell
Zeke
you what,
go?
man. Who's that?
Where does Zeke go? Does he go to? Does he go to Philly? Does he go to Seattle? Does he go? I don't know, man.
I as much as you and I would like to see him probably end up in Philly, I feel like Zeke is probably going to stay away from a team in division. I feel like he's probably just going to go look for a fresh start somewhere where he's not going to have to go see the Cowboys twice a year. That's just me. But where that is off the top of my head, who knows? I'll tell you what, though. Let's put a bow on free agency talk right now, man. And let's talk about our league, and let's talk about us starting the quest later today to determine the entire draft order for this upcoming 2023 season. We are doing a bracket challenge as a league on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most excited. How freaking pumped are you about this crap, man? Because I'm pumped. I'm ecstatic about this. How long did it take you to find out where the NCAA B button was on the ESPN website?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Listen, man, it's a competition, so I'm here for it.
All right.
I know about as much about college basketball as I know about nutrition. I'm fucking winging it here. Okay, like I don't
Hey,
know.
man,
I don't know.
That's everybody.
I don't know what I'm doing. You know, like we could have done NASCAR and it would have been the same thing. I have no idea, dude. Whatever though. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm cool. I hope I get last pick. I'm not gonna lie, but if I don't, I'll probably get 7th pick, and I'll be upset about it. But right now, I'm pretty cool about it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, look at it like this, though, right? In the history of them doing all these bracket challenges, right? There has never been a perfect bracket. So rest assured that if either you or I am able to pick a perfect bracket in this upcoming tournament, you and I are not going to have to worry about getting this product out to the masses, because this channel will just, there won't be stopping it anymore.
Listen, if I get the perfect bracket, I just hope I make some money off of it.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. I looked at the team. I looked at the number next to them, and I was like, all right, the lower the number, the probably the better they are. Then I was like, you know what? When I say that, I mean a 1 is better than a 5.
Sure.
But I was like, you know what? I like this team's logo. They're going to upset this team. It's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I'm at.
I got you. Well, if you don't mind me asking, man, who did you pick to win the whole tournament?
Houston, because it was in Houston.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking about you. I think I picked Houston. I could be lying. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I can pull it. I'll pull it up. I can pull it up right now. I can show my bracket right now if you want. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you could transfer that onto the screen for the people, that would be absolutely incredible.
Let's see.
Like, hey, man, we're giving you the answer key for the tournament right before we get going.
Where do I go to get that?
Oh man. Well, I tell you what. Listen,
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
bad. Whatever it is,
let's
it's
not
bad.
do that. Well, I tell you what, man. Let's go ahead and put a bow on this bad boy. Again, it's been awesome running down the whole NFL free agency tracker. And again, dude, I'm super looking forward to the bracket challenge that we're getting ready to have happen. And I'm just want to send a little personal shout out to one of our fellow league members that if Mr. Alexander Clark Cohn does not win this bracket challenge competition, then I am going to question his legitimacy as a degenerate gambler. So, anywho, I'm going to close with that.
With that being said, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-8. I don't know that number. Hey, everybody have a good week. We're gonna start doing these once a week. Yeah.
We're gonna try. The commission's getting moved this weekend, so let's hope and pray that it goes well, and we'll be back hopefully next week.
Yep. And don't forget, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, let your friends know about our ridiculous banner, and we appreciate you hanging out.
See y'all next time.
See ya.